So, good evening. We are back again. Usually. I've only had one Stella. Big up the Friday night gang. And usually, let me start that again. Good evening. You wouldn't think I've only had one Stella. Good evening. The usual Friday 5:14 p.m. settings. Apologies to anyone who wanted to watch it on Facebook. You now can't. But we've got quite a bit to talk about, to be fair. Hope you're well, Jez. You good?
I'm all good, mate. Yeah, fine.
Nice to have you back on, mate. Come on, every week now.
Yeah, thank you.
You're always welcome. Listen, you speak more sense than most people on the internet, mate. Chicky Cheek back again.
Definitely speaks more sense than me. Yeah, are you all right?
Right, Chick, this is the second time I've spoken to you today because you jumped on the video calling show I did earlier. Twice in one day. I'm honoured.
I said you may even have my camera on a bit later.
Come on, go on, Chick. Go on. Happy day. No, it's good, man. You sound like you're back to full health as well, and you looked it earlier as well, mate. So big up to you, mate.
Cheers, man.
And Kenny Ken, we need the bodyguard in the building. He's back again.
Well, just want to say, Jez, it's lovely to do chats. You really look forward to enjoy our podcast. Chig, I'm glad you're feeling better. I've just been in touch because I work for London Borough of Islington. I've just been in touch with the facilities department because apparently I'm trying to organise parades for the Arsenal because we haven't had any parades since 2015 because we couldn't have one in 2017 because of the bomb scares and the terrorist scares, and we didn't have one because of COVID. So I want to organise one for 2021 because it's basically finishing third place in the form guide from Boxing Day. So I think we should have a parade for all of that. So the facilities department are actually going to discuss it with the director of finance. If it goes ahead, then I have to mobilise our members of staff. I'm going to be paying them about, it'll be overtime for them, and also we've got to try and organise local people to be stewards. But we are expecting a crowd of about COVID-related, probably 50,000 because it's COVID. So watch out for that. Anyone in the chat, the parade for finish having the third best form since Boxing Day.
Yeah, it's mad, really. Well, congratulations to Fulham and West Brom as well because they've stayed in the Premier League since Boxing Day as well. So well done to them. They're in the Premier League next season.
Yeah, well done. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's mad, isn't it? It's amazing how one result can just turn everyone straight back the other way. It's unbelievable, Jeff. But Jez, let me start with you. Let's start with some breaking news, and then we'll work backwards to the takeover that's not looking like it's going to happen, and then we'll go backwards to the Chelsea game as well. But let's start with some breaking news. Two bits of breaking news. Firstly, before I start, I am dropping a video on both of these tomorrow myself. Yeah, one of them's already been recorded, the David Luiz one, and then the Lacazette one. But what do you make of David Luiz not being offered a new contract? Obviously, he's out of contract. He only had a 1-year rolling contract with the option with the second year, which he's now in. The club haven't had any communication with him in terms of offering him a new contract, and it looks like he's leaving. And then what do you make of the Alex Lacazette potential 1-year extension?
I think to talk about David Luiz, I think time to go. He never really. I didn't want him from day one, Lee. To be fair, he hasn't impressed, and let's be honest, he's underperformed. He's on the downslope of his career. But this is good old Arsenal. Let's take some ex Chelsea reject. We seem to like doing that. So I think it's the right business move. To be honest, what it does show to me, and I could be talking complete rubbish here, is that maybe Arsenal at last are looking in the right direction after the awful season we've had, being ninth in the table. Out the FA Cup, kicked out of the cup competition in Europe in the semi-final, and I'm hoping that maybe at last somebody has been punched in the face and said, right, we need to get Arsenal back on track here. We're a big club. Don't care what anybody says. We are one of the biggest clubs in world football, not just England. We've got one of the biggest histories. So I'm looking on this as a positive, Lee. I am looking on this as a positive. Moving on to Lacazette. Yeah, I think a 1-year extension is a good move. I actually like Lacazette, to be fair. I do. When we signed him, I was quite happy about that. Well, let's be honest, none of our players have had a great season, really, have we? Because that I purely and simply put down to Arteta. As I said many, many weeks ago, I think he drains confidence out of players. He has no consistency. He's got no tactics that I think the players can be convinced with and can understand, to be honest. But yeah, I'm happy to see Lacazette get a 1-year extension. And again, I see that as a possible positive move from whoever is doing this. Edu, is it? Or Unai? I don't know. And yeah, let's hope. Did
you just say Unai?
Yes, mate, I did. I've gone back in time, mate.
Maybe we need to go back in time. We were good back then.
yeah. Well, yeah. Can we get on the old spaceship and go backwards? Yeah, sorry. If you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm looking on it as a positive move, to be fair. And I'm hoping this is opening the doors for a better and bright future. Not convinced with the fact we've still got Arteta. He should have gone. But let's see what's going to happen over the summer.
Yeah, it's listen, I'm not going to give too much of my thoughts away about both of them because I've done I'm going to do separate videos on either of them, schedule them for tomorrow daytime before the cup final and that. So let me get on to Chig, David Luiz and Lacazette. Is this what Jez says, that he thinks maybe the club, somebody's just shaken somebody and said, yo, let's move, let's start acting decent? Or do you just think that it's like we've got so many centre backs at the club and maybe we just thought, sod it, let's just get rid of him, he's aging, we've still got Holding, Saliba's coming back, we've still got Marie, we've still got Gabriel, Mavropanos is still floating around in the background. He's apparently told his club today that he's at, that if he ain't at Arsenal, we'd like to stay there. But what do you make of that and the Lacazette story, mate?
Well, the David Luiz story is an interesting one because I know a couple of years ago he wanted to leave, and then his mind was changed apparently by promises that were made to him by the club. A year later, we obviously got novice in. We finished 8th. We got to the semi-finals. So then, once again, felt like, all right, I need to go. I need to get out of here. Bear in mind that those two hated working with each other. They really hated working with each other. I think is something that's probably, something that's probably has gone in the sense of a working relationship has gone somewhere. In addition to the fact that David Luiz is not making benches, he's not starting games, and I think that has been by design as well. I think a lot of that has kind of been built. We built teams without David Luiz to see if we can cope without the pressure. So I think a lot of that stuff is going to be interesting in terms of how we go forward, because David Luiz arguably is our best defender. So the fact that he's going shows that we are fucked. And our second best defender is Pablo Mari, in my opinion. I've always said that.
Yeah, mate, listen, Kenny said it all season that David Luiz is our best defender. And if you actually look at this season as a whole, like forget last season where he was making mad mistakes, and he has made mistakes this season that have led to goals and penalties and stuff like that. overall, he is our best defender. And that is tragic when you think about it, that a Chelsea, I wouldn't say has been, but somebody that Chelsea were happy to let go is our best defender. That just shows the levels between us and them. Yeah, and it shows how far we've fallen. But do you think, before I move on to Kenny Chig, do you think that Saliba's going to get some sort of level of play time at the club next season? Or do you think we'll go shopping?
Depends who the manager is. Simply put, we've got one of the most arrogant, stubborn managers in the game. And he might want to make an example out of Saliba and say, no, this is the reason why you don't get in my team. You know, he becomes the fool guy. I hope that ain't the case. I hope that he looks to his team and just is honest with himself and says, all right, cool, let me try and build 4 or 5 players out of this team that I believe can carry me forward deep into the competition. You know? On that. So,
yeah.
I think
listen, go on. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, so I think, you know, for me, out of everything we've done today, the thing that I liked most was the year extension for Lacazette. Because the Lacazette thing, I don't think you could ignore. You couldn't ignore his form. But then you couldn't just go into it thinking, oh, what, you're fucking us about at 3 years, now that we're doing you 3 years as well. It just is not practical. So, yes, all right, let's see. You've got rid of David Luiz. I would have a long time ago. He would have been in my team anyway. But what do we now do? I'm curious.
Well, that's the thing. We've got a big summer window coming up, and you know we've seen all the journalists putting it out there that we've got 200 million war chest, and then in the very next breath they're saying that we need to sell before we can buy. Well, if we ain't got 200 million quid's worth of squad, mate, because they're bang average, most of these players. Like, who's going to buy any of these players for stupid money? If we actually got a player in the squad that's worth more than 50 million, other than maybe Bukayo Saka, I don't think we have. I don't think Aubameyang's worth that. Not at his age, with his decline season this season. I don't think Laka's worth that with a year left. Smith Rowe don't score enough goals, but he's still a quality player. You'd maybe buy the potential, but he ain't 50 million. Martinelli, not seen enough of him this season, which is worrying, really. So we ain't really got many big assets at this football club. Whereas when you look around at some of these other clubs, look at Leicester. I mean, they've got assets for fun. And they've got a good scouting network. And they've just signed Samari, which is a player we should have signed maybe. But let me come on to Kenny. What do you make of it all, mate?
Well, the thing with David Luiz is that I think the writing was on the wall. First and foremost, financial. We're not in Europe next season. You know, we could talk about conferences or not, but in terms of the revenue from BT Sport and the sponsorship and, you know, the prize money for getting into the class, that's not coming next season. That's financial. Also, you've got to remember that Rob Holding's been offered a new contract as well, even though we don't rate him at all. He's younger than David. And, you know, they've rewarded Callum Chambers with a contract as well. So maybe that's probably another reason why David, in terms of his age and where else I want to go for the future, I'd rather say, right, we're probably better having cheaper backup players in Holding and Callum Chambers. Because, you know, they'll be talking about, you know, Bella's leaving the football club as well. You know, he's looking to leave. So it's one of those things where I think it's a cost-cutting exercise. And it's just that because of the fact we're not in Europe. Also, it could be man management because we know that Arteta's man management is horrendous. People, I do want to caution fans out there who think that, you know, that's going to leave room for Saliba to come to the club. I'm sorry. If you've been out on loan under Unai Emery, and then the new manager comes in and he wants you to go out on loan again, that screams that he doesn't rate you. I'm sorry, what everyone says. So that's one thing. In terms of Lacazette, it's disappointing, not because I've got anything. I'm a massive fan of Lacazette, but if Lacazette stays, and then we're looking to keep Aubameyang, obviously, because he's only just signed a contract last season, and you've got Balogun coming through allegedly. That that kills my dream of getting a top class centre forward, someone who can actually play at centre forward and can score goals. That is where we're going to struggle next season. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, we play the club. We play the club on Wednesday, who's got the Champions League final and the FA Cup final, but their top goal scorers have scored 6 goals. 6 goals. No, I'm not being funny. All right, Lacaz's got 13 goals, but you can't have a horrendous season like this, and you know a situation where we're very weak in attack because of our managers' bombastic team selections and bombastic tactics, and then we're keeping Lacazette, which means it's more of the same. It doesn't bode well for our future. Everyone talks about war chest and everything. Well, I say it once, say it 1,000 times. My phrase of the last 2 weeks is the Kroenke's got another. They're not going nowhere. They don't want to go anywhere. So what they need to do is that, in terms of like their expenditure, obviously, you know, they've got a good chance of saying, you know what, it ain't working out. We've got nothing to lose. Let's just start again. We're not in Europe. You know, we're trying to get back to the top 4. Let's start again, get rid of some of the deadwood and spend big money and make a decision on the manager. You know, new era, new manager. But, you know, for some reason, this coach, and I use the term loosely, coach, or should I just rephrase it? The manager, man in charge, and again, that's a term I use loosely, is going to be given another season to balls up, which means we're probably facing another prospect of no Champions League football. So that'd be 6 years without Champions League football, further away from qualifying, and we're going to see one team out of nowhere have a great season and push us further back. I don't understand why people want to just sit there and take it. There's nothing you can do about it. He's in there, or someone who just says, "Oh yeah, but you know he won a game and he's my manager." Get out of here, mate. You're entitled to your opinion, but don't make everyone have to follow your lead because you happen to be unambitious and we're ambitious.
No, it's right. You're absolutely spot on. Apparently, Fabrizio Romano said we'll go for a centre-back if Luiz goes, but who could it be? Who's the worst centre-back in the league? Have Chelsea got any older ones? Maybe Thiago Silva. When he turns 38.
Christensen?
Yeah, Christensen. Could be him. But no, listen, I make you right on a lot of the stuff all 3 of you have said. And I don't know whether we've turned the corner. I don't think we have. This club, I think we turn corners constantly. And then all of a sudden we fall flat on our face plant in the grass again. So until I see a transfer window that I go, wow, that was immense. Because I don't actually think I can remember the last transfer window I was actually well excited. Probably all the way back to Bergkamp.
Yeah,
I remember when Bergkamp signed, I was buzzing. I don't think I've ever had that feeling. Go on, mate.
We've been burnt so many times. Like, just to get excited by a transfer window it's not going to win your football matches. Come on, we had people. We had people doing the urban version of the conga when we signed Partey. Look how that went. It's a fact. It's true.
Big
Well, he was going to be the next Vieira, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Big up, Robbie. Man needs some WD-40, bro. that little shuffled party, t. Nah, bro. Come on, seriously. You got to have better moves than that. But honestly, no. Listen. At the end of the day, you're spot on, Kenny. Yeah. A transfer window doesn't win you football matches. A manager with tactics, a set formation. I see the other day that we've had 36 games in the league. He has changed the team 35 different times. We've only played the same 11 in 2 games in a row. Yeah. So 35 out of 36 games, it's been a different 11. I'm sorry. I know you get injuries. Every team gets injuries, but that's a joke. Absolute joke. Let me come back to you, Jez. Obviously, we beat Chelsea the other day and everyone's getting hyped about, he's beaten every top 6 manager in the league. Yeah, we're 8th. Obviously, Kenny at the beginning of the show stated about, the bus parade because we're 3rd since Christmas Day or Boxing Day, whatever it is. But there's a lot of talk about this Daniel Ek. He came out publicly. He sat on CNBC Everyone's getting hyped. All of Sky Sports were like going on a mad one. Our whole fan base was going on a mad one. We started doing protests. Then it just filtered down and away and away. The new kit's come out today, the away kit. And this Daniel Ek, from what we see, still hasn't put a bid in. And I see a guy in the chat say, I think it was Jack, he said that, he's trying to do it out of respect to the Cronkies now. He's going to do it quietly. Well, somebody would have got wind of that. What do you think's going on with this? Do you think he just did it just to get his face out there and boost up Spotify? Or do you think that it was genuine? Because Thierry Henry sat on MNF and said, he's approached us, blah, blah, blah. Do you still think that's something that could happen? Or do you just think it was a load of codswallop to begin with?
If this Daniel Ek has been genuine, it is, okay, fine. It doesn't mean shit. If the Cronkies don't want to sell, they won't sell. So you can sit out there all day. I could be a multi-billionaire, right? Sat here now, yeah? And I could say, right, Cronkies, I'll fly out to your ranch and I'll meet up with you and we'll have a good discussion and I'll offer you 2.7 billion to buy Arsenal. They could say, thanks, but no, we don't want to. We're happy as we are, thank you. We're earning a nice little big load of money out of you. And so unless somebody came in with an absolutely ridiculously stupid bid and said, I'll give you 5 billion now, then they'd sell. But it's all filtered away a bit now, isn't it? We had all the thing about the ESL and this and that, and all of a sudden Daniel Ek jumps on the bandwagon and Thierry Henry and all this. Yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Well, I don't understand this thing out of respect. What does that mean? What is that about? Respect for the Cronkies? What do they deserve? Some respect? I don't know. So I just think this is just a smokescreen. It's a bit like the guy from Africa, was he Kenyan, Nigerian?
Yeah, Dangote.
Yeah, well, he's been going on about it for 5 or 6 years. Well, if you're that interested, mate, get your bloody checkbook out. It's all.
Let's see some hard evidence that you've actually tried to bid for the club.
Well, it's no different to me in the real world, yeah? Walking up to the local Ferrari garage and saying, yeah, I'd like to buy that Ferrari there for 150 grand. But actually, I haven't got 150 grand. I've got 90. Can we do a deal on it? Any chance we could do a deal? They're going to laugh in your face. And that is exactly the same as the Cronkies. These are hardened businessmen. You don't become a billionaire for nothing, And I'm sorry, I just think it ain't going to happen. I hope it would. I'd love it to happen. Don't get me wrong. Please, Christ. If I could put a quid into it to help them, then fair enough. But no, I can't see it, mate. I'll be fair.
Yeah. No, mate, I tend to lean towards what you're saying. Let's see what Chig's on camera. Come on, baby. Unmute yourself. Man's looking fresh. You're on mute. There you go.
For me, I'm not, because takeover bids don't take some time. They do take time, and especially when takeover bids are not welcomed in the first place. You need to be a little bit more clever. You need to be a little bit more suave. And he also came out the other day saying that what you may find over the next few weeks is that I go a little bit quiet, and that I've given up. It's only because I'm trying to play the game, basically. So he actually put that statement out a couple of days ago. So I was expecting all this. I'm not particularly worried. If last week, I'm skeptical this week, if that makes sense. So if I was skeptical about his genuine interest before, it's because I'm skeptical anyway. But I'm not skeptical because it's taken too long. This is just playing the game. I think in the past you've had two potential bidders been Usmanov and Dan, apparently. More skeptical about that Nigerian one, but you've had two bidders who have been quite loud and passionate in the past about when they're going to buy Arsenal. Why not change tact and be a little bit more clever about the way you approach it? So yeah, I'm not concerned. I'm more concerned about how serious is he, full stop, than whether or not because it's taken to. Is it taken? I really heard about it a week and a half ago. I would say let's calm down a little bit.
No, do you know why I wanted to speak about it? Is because like everyone, like Sky Cava, that guy's a mug. I don't care what anyone tells me. That guy told us we ain't got no money. We've got a 40 million budget and we can't afford anyone. Yeah. Then when we said it came out that we were in for Pepe, nah, not in for Pepe. Then he had to squirm his way through the whole Pepe deal. Yeah. So when he's sitting there saying, I'm driving this agenda and peddling the agenda because Sky are all about the hits, when every top account out there saying the same thing, all the big accounts, when everyone's getting hyped, all the media, the mainstream media are saying within 10 days he's going to make a bid. Why haven't we heard that he's made a bid then? I know that you said that he's put a statement out saying I'm going to go quiet. Where's the bid? How much was the bid? When did you make the bid? Was the bid rejected? I want to see these things.
Like you said yourself, they have their own agenda, and when that agenda didn't pan out in 10 days' time, now they're asking that question. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we're not gonna be privy to this stuff. You know, even when Newcastle, the whole world knew that Newcastle were going to be bought. I remember there were weeks on end we did not know what was happening until we found out what eventually happened. Takeovers they're different species. I'm not. If this thing is to happen, and Lord knows I would love it, not because I believe our fortunes will change overnight. I would just like a completely fresh start. I'd love a fresh owner to come in and say, Arteta who? Fuck that. Completely get rid of it.
Yeah.
Change the whole setup. The whole. I would love that. That's personally why I want the owner change. But I'm not sat here thinking, oh, blimey, it's week 3 and we still ain't heard from Mr. Eck. So I don't think the deal will go through with Eck, for me, to be honest. I think it'll go through another party. But let's wait and see what happens.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying. Like I know you said that we're not privy to that, and like a few people, big up everyone in the chat. There's 500 people watching. Make sure you follow all the guys, man. Their links are in the description of this video. Make sure you subscribe as well. I am literally millimeters from 56,000 subs. So like, get it done, man. Get it done. We are literally how many? We are 33 away. 33 people who ain't subscribed. Hit the subscribe. Subscribe to Chig. Make sure you follow collins.jez on Insta. It's in the description. And make sure you follow KennyKen1972 on Twitter and Insta. But you say we're not privy to it, and I get that. But at the same time, we were privy to the fact that he was going to bid. Yeah, so somebody had leaked that somewhere. This is a multi-billionaire who runs one of the biggest streaming music sites on the planet, if not the biggest. I'd say maybe Apple's probably bigger. I don't know. I don't really know. But it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest. We were privy to that information that he was interested and it got the legends involved. So my answer is like,
no,
okay,
we
cool.
were privy to the fact that for all of a sudden, for the first time, this rich man was an Arsenal fan. We've never been privy to that information before. Why? Because he released it. He was opportunistic enough to see that opportunity there at a time when the current owners were under pressure. It's as simple as that. I think, from my perspective, that's why I doubt his interest, full stop. But if you're saying to me, so it really depends on what you're saying to me. If you're saying to me, Chig, do you doubt his interest because it's taken a couple of weeks now? No, that's not what I doubt his interest. Do I doubt his interest full stop? Yeah. just because of the timing, the way it's come about, the fact that it seems like too much of a dream come true. That the whole kind of he's all of a sudden an Arsenal fan. He's just stepped out of the limelight of one of the biggest businesses involved. We suddenly got the legends involved at a time where Arsenal fans feel the lowest. It feels like some Disney bullshit. And that's why I've never bought into it. But at the same time, if there is something behind it, then let's see what happens.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we hear all this chat, and I agree with you. I think the geezer's chatting bollocks. Yeah. I looked at Spotify share prices earlier, and they've dropped 25% since his interest. Literally just wiped off 25%. Let me come to you, Kenny. What do you make of it all?
Well, first and foremost, I want to get the point where you're talking about Carve Solical Dharma. I'm going to add Dharma Chef into that. I'm going to add David Einstein as well. Einstein, sorry. I apologise, David Einstein.
Fraudstein. Fraud alert. I need to get a bell. Ding, 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 ding.
The only thing those three got in their favour is that they're probably levels above the clowns that do the transfer show. They get a few like clowns and YouTubers on to do some transfer show, which is complete and that's absolute load of rubbish, really. So I'll give them that. I'll give them kudos for that. But in terms of anything that Solical says and Chef says, take it with a pinch of salt. They've got no contacts whatsoever. They basically have got the crumbs of the rich man's table. No one's going to trust them with a bar of soap, let alone classified information. So we let's just tick that box over there. In terms of Daniel Ek, well, the thing about it is that you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Daniel, is his name Daniel? Is it Ek?
Yeah, Daniel Ek.
Yeah. Well, Daniel, you can't put the genie back in the bottle, son. You can't just say, "Oh, I want to show him respect." Well, no, you were disrespectful 2 weeks ago when you went on Twitter and said, "I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm interested," and then you went on a business show, an American business show, to actually promote yourself. Everyone knew that the real reason you were on there and the reason why they got big views is because you were going to, in little snippets, talk about your interest in Arsenal. Then you've got big legends on who basically are going to sway the fans who are already creating a lot of pressure to get these guys out. So don't put the genie back in the bottle now and say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be quiet," disrespectful. You know what I mean? You've done what you've done. You've created anarchy, which I've got no problem with. But to get the legends involved and blah blah, as if they're behind it. I'm sorry, no one's a fool here, Daniel. You're paying them. They're professionals. They're consultants for your bid. You're paying them. Everyone does that. Remember that geezer in America, Stanford, when he did that thing, the 2020 in the West Indies, he paid Ian Botham and Viv Richards.
Yeah.
Were they doing it for free? Not a chance. They're getting paid. It happens all the time. So stop. But in terms of like his bid and everything, again, I've got no problem with him bidding, but I don't want him to be the only one who's bidding. I want an auction. This is an Arsenal Football Club.
Get a bidding war. Get a bidding war, Kenny.
Arsenal Football Club.
Sorry to cut you off, Kenny. Cut you off. The problem is, it'll be a bidding war of a club that is valued at around 2 to 2.5 billion. There's not many people on the planet. There's about 3,000 billionaires on the planet. 3,000. Yeah, out of about 8 billion people.
Yeah, we call ourselves a big club.
It's a small pool of people.
I hear you, but we call ourselves a big club, and you've got to remember one thing, right? Is that there's many a consortium, billionaire consortium who try to buy certain clubs and have been turned away. Now, if someone like Daniel Ek is like raised the alarm and said, "Right, I'm going to have a sale," surely one of them will be interested. I'm not saying that his money's poor, but I can only say, well, why not someone from the UAE make a bid? Why can't someone from Uzbekistan?
Yeah, let's get some lovely Saudis involved. Saudis in. Come on, they've got a lot of money. They're very smart with money.
I'm saying is I'm not doubting what he's saying, and it's good. But the fact of the matter is we've been there before. And I've seen a lot of football fans, they always do it. I'm not saying us, but every time a rich man rattles his jewelry, football fans just get so excited. Let's just calm itself down. Let's wait for something solid, from if it's a solid bit, then let's see what happens.
Kenny's on that Netto Wi-Fi.
And I'll say it once.
Oh, his Wi-Fi is back. Your Wi-Fi was moving like McDonald's Wi-Fi, Kenny. Say that again. We fully lost you.
Sorry, Pat. All right. What I'm trying to say, right, is that in terms of like the bid, Daniel X bid, no problem with him whatsoever. But the most important thing right now is the people in charge. They've got an open goal here, and if they say they're going to stay, then right, take your open goal, keep your head down, and do what we demand of you. Investment, new manager, and investment behind the scenes. You've only got one job. Do it. We're never going to be friends with you, but we shouldn't be wasting our time worrying at bids. Let's just get on with some work. Let's get this show on the road, because I tell you, the Euros are going to start. There's going to be players who we're going to covet, but other clubs are going to snap them up. So really true, the business starts now.
100% agree. Big up all the moderators working overtime with the clowns in the chat. Thanks for watching, though, babes. All the clowns in the chat. I swear it's the same geezer who just spams the chats on everyone's channel.
Lee, you've got a lot of enemies, mate. You've got a lot of enemies.
Bruv, I couldn't care less. I sleep on a bed of duck feather pillows, mate. I can't even say my words. Duck feather pillows.
I think they've got to you. That's why you struggled with your words just then.
Yeah, do you know what it is? Yeah, I can't. I'm stuttering, like getting my words out, like, But no, I've got you as bodyguard, Kenny, so I'm always all right. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, let's move it on. Make sure you smash the likes up, man. Over 500 watching. Smash the likes up. Subscribe as well, man. We're close to 56K. Make sure you subscribe to Chig. His channel link is in the description. We're 30 subs away. Come on. Make sure you follow Jez. His Insta link, collins.jez, is in the chat, in the description. And so is Kenny Ken's Insta as well, Kenny Ken 1972.
I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't do YouTube channels.
You need to do YouTube, Kenny. What's this all about?
YouTube. No, YouTube is a younger person's, and it's for hardworking, dedicated, technically talented individuals.
Well, you say that, Kenny, but there's a lot of untalented individuals on this platform doing all right.
Hey, you know what's
and you can't knock them. Listen, anyone who can make money, mate, fair play to them. Big up to them.
Good luck to them, yeah. It's hard work. It's hard work, and I ain't got the patience for it all.
No, I don't blame you. Jez, let's listen, we're going to wrap this up after this round of question as well, yeah? Because I literally am starving and I haven't eaten for a good few hours. I was going to eat after the stream with Rants, and I just didn't have time. So we're going to do, maybe another 15 minutes, 20 minutes max? Yeah, hour tops. But Jez, talk to me about the summer, man. Obviously, we've got 2 games left. We're probably not likely to make the Conference League. Not that I think any of us want to make it anyway. Yeah, let's go and play FC Wi-Fi password away in Timbuktu on a Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Yay. I don't think anyone's watching that, and they'll scrap that and bin it within a year. But what do you want to see happen from now until the start of the season coming?
Oh, in the real world, I would like... no, I wouldn't want to... Just to make a point there. No, I don't want to play in some Mickey Mouse league. Be honest with you, I think it's a waste of time. What's the point? It's a risk of players getting injured unnecessarily. So what's the bloody point in that? In the real world, I would like to see Arteta gone. Personally, he ain't going to do anything for this club. I've been shouting it from day one. Never wanted him. Bang average player. Even worse manager. I would hope, and I'd love to see a clear out. Like Luiz is going, Bellend can go and hug some trees. And we have to get rid of, Ceballos, don't rate him. Odegaard, big disappointment. Might as well go back to the Real Madrid C team. And I would like to see a major shake-up. And I'm hoping I am starting to see this, but I'm probably bloody wrong. We need to bring in some class. I would hope we can, if there is certain funds available. I reckon my amateur knowledge would say I reckon we need to splash out a good 150, 180 million. We ain't going to do that. So we've got to sell. I would also like to see some of the youngsters come in. Balogun, for one. I'd like to see more of Martinelli. I think that guy is class.
Yeah.
I would also like to see a major shake-up in the fact that we have shit management structure. That ain't going to change. We know that. I can't see that unless Daniel Eck comes in and does the deed and gets rid of the bloody idiots we've got in management. And I'm talking top level management, board level, and Edu and that lot. That's my dream. Realistically, I think it will be Arteta here. I think we'll still have some of the crap. I think Belen will go. We know Luiz is going to go. I'd like to see Willian go. I'd like to see basically some direction from this club to take this club forward. I'm not saying that we're going to go out and win the Premiership next season, because we all know that ain't going to happen. But I would like to see this club with direction and competing, actually trying, actually trying to get us back there where we should be. We're playing against Man City squad, Chelsea. I'd hate to say it, Leicester, but when you look at teams above us, West Ham, teams like that, it's just all wrong.
Yeah.
So there has got to be a big push, and I'm just hoping that the Cronkies have listened to the fans, have seen what's gone wrong, and I just hope that's what's going to happen, mate. I mean, I don't have a lot of faith, to be fair, but the days have gone of going up to Islington Town Hall and getting rid of managers.
Yes, them days are long gone, my friend. The days of them even interacting with us are fucking gone, Jez. Let's be real.
Well, that's a point, actually. Josh Kroenke came out, didn't he, 3-4 weeks ago? Yeah. I'm going to interact more with the fans. Well, where the fuck have you been then?
Somebody give him my phone number. I'll happily have him on the channel. Josh, if you're watching, mate, you are welcome on this podcast any Friday between now and whenever. Yeah, message for Kroenke. Yeah, Josh Kroenke, because I know you're the owner. Your old man, not having it with him. Yeah, we all know that you're the owner. We all know that you're the better one with words, and your old man's like just in the background now, probably counting his paper. I big up to you though. Fair play. You've earned a lot of money. Respect that. But get Josh on here. You're welcome, my friend.
I'll give him a few questions, as we all would.
Yeah.
Eddie would, Jig would, you would, but it will never happen. But
no, of course.
That's my dream.
It's all talk.
That's my dream.
Talking and do nothing.
That's my dream for the summer, and we'll leave it there.
Yeah, let me come on to Chig. What's the same question to you, mate? Like, what do you expect to happen, or what would you like? Answer both.
Yeah, for me, very simple. Do you know what? I want that. I want to be excited. I want the club to show me some intent. And all right, yes, I want Arteta gone. But you know what? Even if all you did was dismiss Arteta and sell the deadwood, at least that shows me something. It shows me that first and foremost, you accept that this season was not good enough, and that you determined that there was some kind of fault for that. There was a reason for that, and we've addressed that. Second of all, you've accepted that you may not be able to raise the cash because of the fact that you're not in any competition. But that doesn't mean that you're resting on your laurels. You're trying to sell as much people or as much of the assets that you have available as possible in order to get us competing. For me, even if that's all we did, it'd be progress. But yeah, I think with the club, I think that they're so transparent. I can see them selling someone like a Luis to maybe bring in someone like a young, highly rated defender, which we've been related with before, and maybe one other player, and then bring them in time for the season ticket renewals and the kit launches and all that, and then just chill for most of the summer. I can absolutely see that happening. I hope I'm wrong, and I really hope I'm wrong. We'll do what else.
It's all depressing, really, isn't it? It is. Yeah. It's like, the thing is, you've heard the expression once bitten, twice shy, yeah? We're like 20 times shy. It's literally, they just pull the pants down, mate, and just slap us every summer. And the thing is, even when we do semi-decent business, or what we think on paper is semi-decent business, it ultimately turns out to be crap. And somehow we wing it and maybe fluke an FA Cup. And that rinse and repeat. And we are probably the luckiest club in the Premier League in that respect, that no matter how shit we are, when it comes to a FA Cup, we do tend to win quite a lot. But let me come to you, Kenny. Same questions, man.
Well, it's a good thing you said that because, like I said, it seems like our fans are content with, us winning six games every 2 years to win a cup competition. And that's genuine progress. You've got people who've watched the club and watched football for a long time, and they're happy with that, and they think that constitutes success. And that's the problem. In terms of what you said about getting fans on the ball and Josh talking to fans, well, you and I know that the people that put themselves forward to be spoken to, Josh, are part of the, how do I say it, get-along gang, who think they speak for all of us. Like me, Jez, and Chig, and you would never be part of the get-along gang.
Nope. We're too outspoken, Kenny.
We're too outspoken to be part of the get-along gang. It's like very much of an Animal Farm situation, It's like the French Revolution. Oh yeah, let the masses, get rid of King Louis Pasteur the 16th, and then what you do is that you get the bourgeoisie, say thanks, mate, and get you back in the thing, and they do all your talking for you. That's why I when I say Josh talk to the fans, I know full well the fans, the people are going to be he's speaking to, are going to be people who are part of the establishment and the football fans. But in terms of what Arsenal need to do, I'm banging this drum. Get the work to Croncase. Forget about what the situation is within Daniel Ek. Daniel Ek is a fly in the ointment at the moment. The reason why he's a fly in the ointment because he hasn't made a bid. He's an employer or shareholder in Spotify. You are custodians of the football club. Do what you've got to do. You've got an open goal, man. Open goal. Sack Arteta. He's not good enough. He's only going to cause you more thing because guess what? When results go south, and they will do under this. Yeah. This, I can't even call him a coach or a manager because I can't say the words. But what will happen is that he's basically like the blonde-haired, blue-eyed boy, Arteta.
There's nothing wrong with blonde hair and blue eyes, Kenny. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sure you're really, really blonde, but you're not as blonde.
There's nothing gel in it, mate. Like when I ain't got gel in it, I'm like white blonde, mate. I'm like Swedish.
What I'm trying to say is figuratively speaking, but what's happened is Arteta is basically like a fragile ornament at the moment, to the extent that the backlash will come on a Croncase. Unless they do something and do something fast, right, it'll be on them. They can spend as much money as they want. But if they don't do the right thing by the football club and change their mentality, first of all, if they're serious about wanting to win things and then challenging Chelsea and Man City and maybe the Manchester and Liverpool things, then fine. Make sure that this attitude starts from the top. If anyone in the board are crap at their jobs, you sack them. If the manager's crap, you sack them. The player's not good, you get rid of them. We get this easy street mentality out of this football club, and it starts now. Sack Arteta, show him that you will not tolerate his performances and tolerate his poor results.
Yeah.
Put the players on notice, and then when you get the new boss in, you tell the new boss, this is our demands. We win trophies, all right? And then next season, you challenge for the league. That is in your in-tray. That is your appraisal and development. None of these bollocks, I'm going to give you time. There isn't time in football. You're lucky you get 6 weeks. Let's just see if we mean business. This is an open letter and an open goal for the Cronkies. Do not miss the target from 2 yards. Take some action, and let's get this club back to the top.
Well said, mate. Well said. Everything you just said is spot on, and I think that's probably a good place to end the show, man. Listen, Jez, big up for coming on, man. Thank you. Appreciate you giving up your time. Always listening to you, man. Listen, every time I speak to you, I just sit there and I'm just like, Jez speaks sense all the time.
No, I don't. Ask my wife, mate. She tells you I talk.
Well, listen, the fact that you've still got a wife means you're all right. Yeah, let's be real. Otherwise, you'd be out on your ear, mate. Flog, you'll be gone. So, big up to you, man. Always respect you, mate. I love listening to you. Love your views on the football club. And you know a lot more about this club than I'll ever know. So, big up to you, mate. And if you want to follow Jez, it's scrolling across the bottom. He doesn't have Twitter. Jez, a word of advice, don't ever fucking get it. Yeah, it's a joke and it'll do your nut and you'll end up arguing with people all day. So don't even bother wasting your time, mate. Yeah, just do something more productive. Chig, big up to you, mate. Thanks for coming on again. He's on mute.
I didn't realize you were talking to me. Sorry. Yeah, no problem, brother. You know me. Always about.
Come on, my guy, man. And appreciate it, man. Honestly, really, really appreciate it. And what have you got coming up on your channel? You got some bits coming up tonight, yeah?
Yeah, so Jalen, a couple of previews tonight. I'm literally about to set up for a show now on my Chick Flicks. So a couple of reviews for a couple of films. So watch out for those. And yeah, I'm about.
What, reviews for films? I thought you'd do reviews for soap operas.
Yeah, that's what we've just done for the last 53 minutes.
No, I thought you'd do like a bit of EastEnders, Coronation Street and Hollyoaks.
Hey, maybe we should do a watch-along for EastEnders. It'd be more entertaining than watching this shit every week, wouldn't it?
100%.
I don't know. Is Phil Mitchell still in it?
Yeah, he's still in it.
You're tempted now.
No, I mean, but yeah, what time are you doing them, Chig? Like literally straight away, yeah?
Straight away, literally, I'm setting up for 6:30. So
there you go.
For those of you who aren't subscribed to Chick Flicks, go to Chick Flicks, literally Chick Flicks, all one word, and you will start to see one of 3 reviews that will come out. So check that out.
Nah, come on, real one, man. Big up to you. Chig's channel link for his main channel is in the description. You can find the links for the other channels via there, but just type in Chick Flicks. And Kenny, his link for Insta is in the description as well. But again, Kenny, all 3 of you speak sense, hence why you're here. I think next week we might have Afsal and Dan back as well. I know they were both busy
Good
today.
Stuff. You're asking what I'm doing.
Go on, what are you doing tonight, Kenny?
Well, I'm probably after this. I'm probably going to go and get my daughters because they both like Magnums, and I'll probably watch a bit of football. Tomorrow it's the FA Cup final, and we got like I said, we got some boxing again. Like I said, Buatsi is like I said, he's got his eliminator for the world heavyweight title. Chig, I know you'll be watching that. And we also got a situation. We got the super middleweight European title.
I'm super flyweight or super featherweight or something.
No, actually, there's 2 European title bouts. There's a European super middleweight title bout, and there's also a European super flyweight title bout. So, after
what weight division would I be in, Kenny?
I don't know.
Sorry,
Actually,
wait.
you'll be a lightweight. You'll be a lightweight because if you weigh about 10 stone, then you'll be lightweight.
Just well, I'm now 11 stone, to be fair.
All right, see, you'll be a middleweight. You'll be a middleweight. You'll be a middleweight.
Hell, I'd get
You'll be a
smashed.
middleweight.
Fuck.
You'll be a middleweight, yeah, because you're 11
One
stone.
right hook
Middleweight.
and I'd be gone, mate. It'd be
Yeah. So you'll be
I'd be
fighting
a
people.
mega weight.
Yeah. you be fighting people like Felix Cash and Denzel Bentley. So yeah, you'll be fighting.
Yeah,
the
we'll
middleweights.
swerve that, mate. I'm just going to stick to YouTube for now, yeah?
Fair enough.
Oh,
By
big
the way,
up, Kenny, man. Big up. Go on,
did you notice that none of us mentioned Arsenal? It looks like we're all going to enjoy Arsenal 3.
Your
What,
internet's moving crazy, bruv. I can't hear you.
Oh,
Say again,
did
Chief.
you
I
notice?
couldn't hear you, mate.
Did you notice that all of us are going to enjoy a nice Arsenal 3 weekend?
Damn right we
Great,
are,
isn't
mate.
it?
Great, isn't it?
It's unbelievable.
Can't
I can't
wait.
wait for the season to fuck off, mate, so I can
can't
start
wait.
hating on England.
Yeah.
No, I won't. Listen, I
That's
know
even going to
England
be
are
more
crap,
stress. What's concentrating in England?
mate. I'm just going to go and enjoy my weekend, man. No football, no Arsenal. I've recorded one video.
Hang on here. Your work has only just started. You've got a cup final where you're going to get probably Chelsea fans upset if they lose.
No, I'm not even watching it. I'm not going to be here.
Oh, fair enough. All right.
No, that's why I recorded the David Luiz video for the morning, 10 a.m. And I'm going to record the Lacazette story in a minute as soon as I come off of here. Yeah, I'm going to record that and stick that in for 1 p.m. and I'm done, mate. That's me. Until
That's
Sunday.
all right.
So,
Oh well. I'll tell you. I'll tell you how. Just look at my Instagram stories and you'll find out how the cup final went.
yeah, Kenny's commentary. You see how Arsenal do what's it called? Unclassic commentary or something they call it. Yeah, Kenny's is classic commentary. He throws it back to the old school. Yeah, Kenny's commentary on football is unbelievable, man.
Well, you know what? I did some commentary. Like Firmino's goal, Liverpool's second goal.
Oh, that was a great header, by the way.
I can't stand bad defending. I want to strangle Pogba. How can you let someone come from the back? How much you funny, right? Zonal marking is meant to be no ball watching, son. You mark an area, if that guy's in your zone, you go after him. Even pull him down. You don't just ball watch and he comes around the back and you puts it in the top corner. Bad defending, horrendous.
Yeah, I was pissing myself when I read it. It's like, what's he doing? Pogba, you're a disgrace. Listen, big up to all three of you. Big up to everyone who watched live. Well over 500 at one point as well. So still 425. Subscribe or follow all the guys. The links are in the description. Follow me, subscribe to me. Boost my Insta, man. Like, we got nearly 56k on it. My Insta's like still stuck on 13.7. It's been stuck on that for time as well. So if you don't follow me on Insta, then you're a fucking waster. And you're going to get 2 doses of me again tomorrow, man. So big up to everyone on here as well. Laters. We're out.